Ramananda? Is it on?
In 10 seconds.
You give me a clue? Is it on?
10 seconds.
Sakshur Militanyena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Panchakalpatarupishya Kripasindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Guratuse Namaha. Ryan Prabhu,
See?
can you ask if it's on?
I think they can hear you with
Oh, really?
Ramananda? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. So today is the very most auspicious day of for the conditioned souls, which is Lord Nityananda's appearance day, and we are so fortunate that we may know about Lord Nityananda from our Gurudev, from the whole Guru Parampara, and because he is the giver of Gauranga Mahaprabhu and the giver of Prema. And he is the most magnanimous and most generous aspect of divinity. And we will pray today forever that we may be submissive to his lotus feet and that we may have his merciful glance in our life. I will read from this beautiful book, The Nectarian Glories of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Sri Nityananda Mahimamritam. And this is a very beautiful pranam. Sri Nityananda Chandram Patita Sharanam Dam Gora Dam Tam Bhajeham. I worship and adore with all my heart the gracious giver of Sri Gora, the benevolent bestower of divine shelter to the fallen souls, Sri Nityananda Chandra. Very beautiful. So I will read about the pastimes of Lord Nityananda, and beginning with Nityananda Prabhu was born in Radhadesh, near Burdwan in Bribhum, district of Bengal, in the village of Ekachakra. Later that village became known as Garbhavas, and at present is very famously known as Virachandrapur. Virachandra Prabhu was the son of Nityananda Prabhu, and to honor his name, the village is famous as Virachandra Pur. Gauranga Mahaprabhu also went there, so everyone worships that place. There Nityananda Prabhu took birth as the only son of his mother Padmavati Devi and his father Hadai Pandit Oja. After Nityananda Prabhu had taken birth, all auspiciousness came to Radhadesh. It was enriched so much with Krishna Bhakti. He grew up there with the children of the village, and his pastimes were all very miraculous. All the children of Ekachakra would play with Nityananda Prabhu, but he would play only Krishna Lila. Just like Balaram played as a child in Vrindavan, Nityananda Prabhu's childhood very similarly happened in Radhadesh, as he enacted so many pastimes of Krishna Lila with the other children of the village. Many wonderful descriptions of that have been given in the scriptures, taken by a sannyasi. When Nityananda Prabhu was just 12 years old, a sannyasi came to his father's house. As soon as the sannyasi saw young Nityananda, he immediately understood that he was not an ordinary boy, and felt he could not leave Nityananda Prabhu's association. The sannyasi fainted to see Nityananda Prabhu and finally asked his father, Hadai Pandit, I am going to many pilgrimage places, and it is my prayer that you give this boy to me as an associate servitor. Hearing this was like a thunderbolt to Hadai Pandit. Hadai Pandit was beside himself to hear that, and he fainted. Nityananda Prabhu was the very joy of his life, but at that time religion was very strong within the mind of everyone. It was the custom that if any sannyasi, especially any Vaishnava sannyasi, wants anything, one's son or even one's own life or anything, the people are giving everything to that sannyasi. Nityananda Prabhu was more than life to Hadai Pandit, but that was the custom. Hadai Pandit felt he could never leave his only son Nityananda, but he also felt he could not say no. I cannot leave Nityananda. So finally he considered, the sannyasi has prayed and we must fulfill his desires. He could not deny the sannyasi's demand, and finally he gave Nityananda Prabhu to that sannyasi. After giving away Nityananda Prabhu, Hadai Pandit was like a pagal man. He became half mad in separation, and Mother Padmavati fainted, but still they gave away Nityananda Prabhu. In this way, Nityananda Prabhu left his house when he was 12 years old. His pastimes were miraculous, and he was an avadut from childhood. He didn't care. He went with that sannyasi and toured the whole of India. Some say that sannyasi was Madhavendra Puri, and some say he was another sannyasi. But it is certain that later Nityananda met Madhavendra Puri in the pilgrimage places. It is not clear who the sannyasi was, but no doubt he was a great personality, and Nityananda Prabhu served him. We think it was Madhavendra Puri, but later we know that Nityananda Prabhu and Madhavendra Puri could understand each other easily, and Madhavendra Puri accepted Nityananda Prabhu by divine will as his disciple. Where is Krishna? Meeting Madhavendra Puri was a turning point in Nityananda Prabhu's life, and after that he went to so many pilgrimage places. He saw all the pilgrimage places in the ecstasy of Krishna Prema. Everywhere he went, he gave Krishna Prema, but he himself was hiding. Nityananda Prabhu was perhaps 1 year senior in age to Mahaprabhu, and before joining in Mahaprabhu's pastimes, Nityananda Prabhu did not reveal much of his actual nature. But he was always thinking himself to be Balaram, and his activities were like that. He was not hiding that. Finally, he went to Vrindavan, where he searched. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? He asked the Brajabasis where he could find Krishna, and Krishna himself, in the form of a human, came to him and said, "I am not here." Jai Gurudev, Jai. "I am not here. I have now appeared in a household in Navadvip." Then clearly the feelings manifested within the heart of Nityananda Prabhu. Now my time has come to join Chaitanya Dev. Nimai Pandit is in Navadvip Dham. He knew that Nimai Pandit was really Krishna himself, the Avadut. When Sripad Nityananda Prabhu first came to Navadvip Dham, no one could understand who he was or where he had come from. No one could say whether he was a brahmachari, a grihasta, a vanaprastha or a sannyasi. People saw all these forms in him. At that time, many people came to criticize Nityananda Prabhu's divine character because he lived under no rules or regulations. Actually, Nityananda Prabhu's nature was to be an avadut. The ordinary idea of an avadut has been given in the Vaishnava Tantra. He appears to be internally like a Shakta, a worshipper of material energy. Externally, he appears like a follower of Lord Shiva, but still participate in the assemblies of Vaishnavas and seems to appreciate Vaishnava thought. He does not care for any particular dress or follow any rules or regulations as he wanders throughout the world. But Nityananda Prabhu was fully transcendental and should never be confused with anyone mundane. His nature as an avadut can be understood in this way. In his heart, is playing Radha Krishna, Sudha Shakta, and his form externally, Bahi, is like Lord Shiva, Saiva. When he joins an assembly, his mentality is fully that of a Vaishnava. When he is traveling, sometimes he wears cloth, sometimes he wears no cloth, sometimes he wears many gold ornaments, jewels and rich garments, and sometimes he wears sannyasi dress. Really, avadut means one who is self-controlled, who is not controlled by scriptural rules or regulations. Whatever he does, that is always right and perfect. He will do anything and everything and is never to be considered wrong. If he is seen to be wrong externally in the eyes of others, then that is also right. Nityananda Prabhu became known by everyone as Avadut. Everyone called him Avadut. The people even forgot his name, Nityananda. They would say, "Oh, Avadut is coming." Waiting for Nityananda. Nityananda Prabhu appeared to the common people as if he were mad. Avadut as he came to Navadvip. At that time, Mahaprabhu had also came back from Gayadam. Mahaprabhu started performing Sankirtan every night in Srivas Pandit's house and showed his Krishna Prema to the devotees' assembly. Advaita Prabhu declared that Mahaprabhu was Bhagavan. Srivas Pandit, Kadada Pandit, all the devotees everywhere declared that Mahaprabhu was Bhagavan. And Mahaprabhu also showed them that. When the devotees understood the divine form of Mahaprabhu, they were very happy, and they understood that the Lord himself had appeared for bestowing his mercy to the world through Harinam Sankirtan. But Mahaprabhu was not showing his full manifestation as the giver of Krishna Prema. Nobody knew why Mahaprabhu wasn't widely starting his Sankirtan movement. But when Nityananda came, they understood the cause of Mahaprabhu's behavior. Mahaprabhu had been waiting for Nityananda. Mahaprabhu's dream. Nityananda Prabhu came to Navadvip searching, "Where is Nimai Pandit? Where is Nimai Pandit?" When he understood that Mahaprabhu was living in Jagannath Mishra's house, he hid himself in Mayapur to wait and see if Mahaprabhu would discover him. He went to the house of Mahaprabhu's dear devotee, Nandan Acharya, and hid himself, telling Nandan Acharya, "Do not tell anyone anything. I want to see what Krishna will do." That morning Mahaprabhu told his devotees, "Last night I saw in my dream a chariot marked with the flag of a palm tree. In the chariot of Baladev himself. Within the chariot there was one Mahapurusha, great personality, and he was searching for my house. That chariot came in front of my house and met with me. I have seen that Mahapurush. I'm thinking that Baladev himself has taken the form of a Mahapurush, and he has already come to Navadvip. You go and search where he is. He must be somewhere in Navadvip. He has appeared here, and I want to see if he will discover me." The devotees searched everywhere, but they could not find Nityananda Prabhu. They were thinking it was simply Mahaprabhu's dream, and they came back and told Mahaprabhu, "We could not find him anywhere." But Mahaprabhu said, "It's not only a dream, it is a truthful dream. Nityananda Prabhu is very powerful, and he is hiding himself. It is a very hidden matter, so I shall go to find him." Ecstatic embrace. Then Mahaprabhu went directly to Nandan Acharya's Bhavan, and there Mahaprabhu and his devotees saw Nityananda Prabhu seated on the veranda of the house. Nityananda had seen Mahaprabhu come and could not move because his heart was so full of ecstasy and the joy of Krishna Prema. When Mahaprabhu saw Nityananda, his heart was so full with the joy of Krishna Prema, and he felt very much intoxicated. They both fainted. Then Mahaprabhu came forward and embraced Nityananda, and they both fainted again. After some time, they regained their senses, and they cried in the name of Krishna. Nityananda Prabhu said, I went to Vrindavan, but Krishna was not there. Then someone told me, you were here in Navadvip, so I have come. Now I beg you, please save me. Nityananda Prabhu surrendered to Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu embraced Nityananda Prabhu with full love, affection, honor, everything. Both Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu took their divine forms, and the devotees understood that Nityananda Prabhu was not an ordinary sannyasi or an ordinary brahmachari. They did not know Nityananda Prabhu at the time, but they saw Mahaprabhu's expression and Nityananda Prabhu's expression, and they immediately understood that they have both appeared from the divine abode. In many places in the scriptures, it is said that Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna, Abhina Swarup, and in that way they also considered Nityananda Prabhu. Maha Sankirtan. That was the first day that Nityananda Prabhu joined in Mahaprabhu's party, and up to his last days, Nityananda Prabhu preached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glories. From that day, Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu started Maha Sankirtan. Mahaprabhu appeared to inaugurate Sankirtan Yajna, sacrifice in the form of Sankirtan, congregational chanting, as described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the age of Kali, persons of fine theistic intellect perform the sacrifice of congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings nothing but the names of Krishna and describes his glories with great pleasure. He is Krishna himself, appearing in a molten gold complexion born from supreme divine emotion. With his personal beauty, divine name, all-merciful nature, and benevolent associates, he destroys the darkness of ignorance in the mundane world. Mahaprabhu himself gave the gist of the nature of Harinam Sankirtan. Cheto Darpanam Marchanam Bhava Maha Davaknim Nirvapanam Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidya Vadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipadam Purnam Ritas Vadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vidyayate Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sankirtan. From Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anjalila 2012. May Sri Krishna Sankirtan be all victorious in its pristine glory. This congregational chanting of the holy names of the Lord cleanses the looking glass of consciousness, extinguishes the raging forest fire of material existence, and spreads the benediction moon rays that cause the lotus of the heart to bloom. This chanting is pure ecstasy. It is the flavor of full nectar at every moment, bathing and cooling the entire self. That Param Vidyayate, Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, that supremely victorious Sankirtan of Mahaprabhu, started with Nityananda Prabhu's arrival, and in such a glorious way continued day by day in Sri Navadvip Dham. Mahaprabhu's preaching party. Already Advaita Acharya had joined Mahaprabhu. Even before Mahaprabhu, Haridas Thakur very beautifully and intensely preached Krishna consciousness and the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Previously, Haridas Thakur had many tests in his preaching, but ultimately even the Muslim governor came under his influence. But when Haridas Thakur saw Mahaprabhu reveal his divine form, of a religious preacher, Haridas Thakur joined Mahaprabhu's mission. Then, when Nityananda Prabhu joined in the party of Mahaprabhu, the party was Mahaprabhu, took full form. Nityananda Prabhu was always intoxicated with Krishna Prema and the treasure of Mahaprabhu's unique gift of divine love. When Nityananda Prabhu joined, Mahaprabhu wanted to publicly preach Krishna consciousness. Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu were very dear friends, bosom friends. Both were intoxicated with Harinam Sankirtan, and Mahaprabhu chose Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur to begin his preaching program. He selected them to be like military generals because they could widely, wholeheartedly, and affectionately preach Krishna consciousness in a lovely way. Mahaprabhu's sacred order. Mahaprabhu gave them his preaching line, Jagatera Pita Krishna Yena Bhaje Baba. Pitri Drohi Patakira Janma Janma Tapa. Krishna is the father of the entire universe, and anyone who does not respect his father is rebellious and sinful, and therefore subjected to miseries birth after birth. Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, La Krishna Nama, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dana Prana. Chant Krishna, worship Krishna, and sing the glories of Krishna. Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your father, Krishna is the wealth of your life. Listen, listen, Nityananda, listen, Haridas. Go door to door and tell everyone they will practice Krishna consciousness. Tell them Krishna consciousness is the supreme goal of life. Tell them, Bolo Krishna, Bhaja Krishna, Karo Krishna Shiksha. Chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, serve Lord Krishna, and learn the teachings of Sri Krishna. Jai Sri Sri Guru Gauranga Radha Giridhari Ki Jai. You will come back to me daily in the evening. Oh. So he told Nityananda and Haridas Thakur to go out, talk about Krishna, tell them about their goal of life. And you will come back to me daily in the evening. Nothing else is necessary for you to do. And whoever will take it with a clean heart, I shall be a slave of them. And whoever will be anti, I shall punish them. In this way, Mahaprabhu gave orders to Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur and started his preaching program. Nityananda Prabhu's benevolent nature. At first, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur started preaching to gentle families without any problems. But then they saw Jagai and Madai in the road. Jagai and Madai were prestigious in the city as local administrators of the government, but they were men of very bad character. They were always drinking, eating meat, and doing many wrong things. That day they were drinking in the road in front of everyone. Nityananda Prabhu had a desperate mood, and when he saw Jagai and Madai seated in the road drinking wine, etc., Nityananda Prabhu told Haridas, "These are the perfect persons to purify with Harinam Sankirtan." Haridas Thakur was a wise man. He said, "Don't go there. The whole world is open for you. Why are you going there? To them. You can preach Mahaprabhu's conception to everyone. You leave them. They are very bad," etc., etc. Nityananda Prabhu said, "This is the perfect target. I must rescue them. then Mahaprabhu's glories will be more and more exalted all over the world. Haridas was also a little aged. He said, "You can go, I won't go. If they will chastise you, you may be able to run away, but I cannot run. So it will be dangerous for me. It is not necessary for me to go there." He was testing the mind of Nityananda Prabhu, but Nityananda Prabhu said, "No, no, no. This is the first-class opportunity for showing the quality of Mahaprabhu's mercy. You must go with me." Then they went to Jagai and Madai and said, "Oh, Jagai and oh, Madai, you are doing so many things, but if you chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, you will be rescued." Jagai and Madai were drunk. They threatened Nityananda and Haridas. "Oh, you are sannyasis, and you have come here trying to teach us? We shall teach you. Get out of here. You are nonsense persons. Otherwise we will kill you." Nityananda again approached them, but they came to beat Nityananda and Haridas. Haridas Thakur couldn't run away, but he tried. But the drunken Jagai and Madai were unable to run properly. So Nityananda and Haridas got away by some means. Nityananda and Haridas came back, and Haridas reported to Mahaprabhu, "Today, somehow, I saved my life, but I will not go out again with that pagal crazy Nityananda." That's what Haridas Thakur told Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu smiled to hear their report, knowing what was to come. So he knows the future, what will happen. Nityananda Prabhu's determination. The next day, Nityananda settled, "I must give Krishna prema to them." Nityananda again targeted Jagai and Madai. Haridas was behind. What shall he do? Mahaprabhu had ordered him and Nityananda to preach together. That day they went and again found Jagai and Madai drinking wine. Nityananda Prabhu said, "Jagai and Madai, you can do anything, but just chant Hare Krishna. It is the order of Mahaprabhu." When Nityananda told them, Madai was more drunk and said, "Oh, the order of Mahaprabhu. You ran away yesterday, but today again you have come? I'm going to show you." There was a clay wine pot nearby, and Madai threw it at the head of Nityananda. The pot cut him, and with blood falling from his head, Nityananda Prabhu said, "This is more of Mahaprabhu's mercy upon me." And he again told them, "You can beat me more and more. It is okay, no problem. You have hit me, but I shall excuse that. I forgive you, but you chant Hare Krishna. It is the order of Mahaprabhu. Without a doubt, you will be rescued." Mahaprabhu said, "Bolo Krishna Bhaja Krishna, Goro Krishna Shiksha. You please take this religion of Mahaprabhu." Madai said, "Now again you are coming to me. You are so energetic. I'm going to show you. I shall teach you." Then again Madai took a clay wine pot and went to throw it at Nityananda Prabhu. But his brother Jagai took his hand and told him, "Nonsense! Why are you chastising this pagal sadhu? He is a sannyasi. It is not necessary to hit him again. Why you are behaving like this? It is nonsense. Leave him alone." Like this, Jagai made some good comments and stopped him. Mahaprabhu's anger. In the meantime, Haridas had come back and given news to Mahaprabhu about what had happened. That Nityananda Prabhu had been hit and that he didn't want to come back. He was determined to give Harinam and Krishna Prem to Jagai and Madai. Then Mahaprabhu went there with his full battalion, and he saw the blood on Nityananda Prabhu's head. Mahaprabhu was very angry. He forgot his mundane appearance, and he called for his Sudarshan chakra. Chakra, chakra, chakra. Prabhu dake kane kane. Chakra, chakra, chakra. He called out again and again. He wanted to cut off the heads of Jagai and Madai. Everyone saw the chakra following behind Mahaprabhu as he chastised Jagai and Madai. I shall kill you. You have dealt wrongly with Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu took the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and said, What are you doing? This is not Dwapara Yoga. It is Kali Yuga. Here tolerance and humility are necessary. If you want to bestow your mercy upon others through tolerance and humility, you can do that. You cannot use the chakra in this avatar. This incarnation is not for that. Mahaprabhu said, I cannot tolerate this type of activities of the Asuras. Nityananda replied, But both of them are not offenders. Madai is an offender. He hit me, but Jagai rescued me from him. One saved me from the other's stupidity. Mahaprabhu's sympathy. After hearing that Jagai saved Nityananda, Mahaprabhu excused Jagai. Jagai took the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and fell down, thinking of his previous karma. He took the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu, please forgive my offenses. There is no other way for me. Mahaprabhu embraced Jagai, and then Jagai received Krishna Prema. The circumstances were very heavy, but Madai also became a little conscious by seeing Jagai's activities. Madai said, I have done so much sinful work, but Jagai has got relief from all his sins. Why not me? Nityananda Prabhu said, Mahaprabhu, please forgive their offenses. Then Madai took the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. But Mahaprabhu said, I cannot do the same for you as I did for Jagai. You go to Nityananda Prabhu. If he will give you forgiveness, then you will get my embrace. Otherwise, it is impossible for me to accept you. If Nityananda Prabhu will give you forgiveness, you will get that result of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Then Madai took Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet. Nityananda Prabhu embraced Madai. Then Mahaprabhu embraced Madai and his sin was cleared. Jagai and Madai became pure devotees and they cried so much. We have done so much wrong, etc. Jagai and Madai then chanted Hare Krishna and danced with Krishna Prema. Patita Pavan Nityananda. To see Mahaprabhu's pastimes as the rescuer of the conditioned souls, the general people were so astonished and they glorified Mahaprabhu so much. Mahaprabhu said to Jagai and Madai, Prabhu bole, Tora ara na karis papa, Jaga Madai bole, are nare vapa. Jagai and Madai, if you do not do this again, and you leave the activities you did before, I can forgive your offenses forever. From this day, you try to practice Krishna consciousness, and you will be so glorious. Now chant Hare Krishna. Jagai and Madai said, Ara nare vapa. We will never do that again. You have excused us. We will follow what you say as our duty. Jagai and Madai then asked Mahaprabhu, please, give some service to us. Accept us as your servitors. Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu said, You chant Hare Krishna. Give this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to everyone and do Vaishnava Seva by sweeping the pathway by the Ganges and keep it clean. Then, with a clean heart, you can proceed. You will have no need to fear Yamaraj. Jagai and Madai every day did that, and that place is still known as Madai Ghat. Our Parikram party crosses the Ganges at that place. All the demigods dance to see the rescue of Jagai and Madai. All the pastimes of the Lord, Nityananda and Mahaprabhu, are for rescuing the conditioned jiva's souls. In the pastimes of rescuing Jagai and Madai, we can see that Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than even Mahaprabhu. The ever-worshipful Nityananda. Nityananda Prabhu's character was like that of an intoxicated madman. He was physically very strong, like Lord Balaram. If he saw a bull in the road, he would charge the bull and jump over him or hop on his back and ride him. He would jump in and swim with crocodiles in the Ganges, even after he had seen crocodiles swimming there. Sometimes he would visit the house of Srivas Pandit and take breast milk from his wife. Nityananda Prabhu had so many miraculous characteristics. Sometimes Nityananda Prabhu would come to Sachi Mata's house, unaware that he was naked. It happened many days, and like a child he would call, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" On one occasion, Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, you have no cloth. Why are you naked?" Nityananda Prabhu said, "Oh, I did not know I was naked." At that time, Mahaprabhu was talking with Vishnu Priya Devi and many devotees who were present, and they were very surprised to see Nityananda Prabhu's naked form. Mahaprabhu gave some cloth to Nityananda Prabhu and then divided his kopin, his undergarment, into many pieces. Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Dev then distributed the pieces to all his devotees and told them, "Worship this piece of underwear every day, because by Nityananda Prabhu's connection, you will be rescued from everything. You will have no fear of illusion. You can do anything, but if you chant the holy names of Nityananda, you will get relief from all disturbances." Mahaprabhu himself then further glorified Nityananda Prabhu with this sloka: "Madhira Javani Jadi Nityananda Dare Tatapi Brahmara Vandya Kahila Tomara." Nityananda Prabhu can do anything and everything, even if you see Nityananda Prabhu mixing with very bad society, if you see him intoxicated with a drunken woman in one arm and a bottle of wine in his other arm, know that he has divine character. If Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, will see him, at that time he will fall down and pay full Dandavat pranams with his 4 heads to the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. This is Nityananda Prabhu's inconceivable divine character. He was the protector of the society of Mahaprabhu Chaitanya Dev. He was all in all. Okay, I stop here. Jai, beautiful pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu. Jai, most generous incarnation, Lord Nityananda Prabhu. See Nityananda Prabhu's Avirbhav Mahamotsav. Ki Jai, Jai Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Ki Jai, Jai Hadai Pandit. Ki Jai, Jai Padmavati Devi. Ki Jai, Jai Sri Ekachakra Dham. Ki Jai. Jai Gurudev. Gurudev is also a form of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Jai. Hariyaraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Madanamaha Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chanda Gadadara Sivasadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Sarapuna Ejai Kosai Kori Charana Vanda Yahoite Bhignana Sabisapura Ejai Kosai Jai Muitara Dasa Sansabara Padare Numora Panchaka Sandera Charana Sevi Saptabane Ba Janane Moe Abilas Ejai Kosai Jabe Bracha Kolabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Praka Anam Devala Hari Bhaja Vrindava Sri Guru Vaishnava Pare Majayama Sri Guru Vaishnava Patma Koriya Harinam Sankirtana Kore Narottamada Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nita 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 Guranga Nita Guranga Jaya Gaurari Nita 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 Guranga Nita Guranga Jaya Gaurari Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Sisi Guru Kuranga Radha Kyodai Juki. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Sila Bhakti Nirmala Jaya Maharaj Ki. Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Sri Acharya Vrinda Ki. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Sila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj Ki. Jai Jai Om Vishnu Pad Sila Bhakti Rakak Sira Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki. Jai Jai Om Bhagavan Sila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki. Jai Jai Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki. Jai Jai Namacharya Sila Haridas Thakur Ki. Jai Jai Sabashada Sima Mahaprabhu Ki. Jai Jaya Sri Rupa Si Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Ki. Jai Jaya Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki. Jai Jai Tulasi Maharani Ki. Jai Jai Ganga Yamuna Jiu Ki. Jai Jai Krantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki. Jai Jai Navadvip Dham Ki. Jai Jai Sri Mayapur Dham Ki. Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki. Jai Jai Sri Purushottama Dham Ki. Jai Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ju Ki. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki. Jai Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat West London Chapter Ki. Jai Jai Samadvaita Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Jai Jai Samadvaita Vaishnava Mandala Ki. Jai Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki. Jai Jai Avirbhav Mahotsav Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki. Jai Jai Sri Ekachakra Dham Ki. Jai Jai Lord Nityananda Prabhu Ki. Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.